Aloha! Welcome back to the Dread Planet. My name is Tiki, and my goal for this video series is to convert 50 blueprints for use on this planet. I have done 45 so far. I've searched through the most popular blueprints of all time on the Steam Workshop, looking for blueprints that would fit into the abandoned theme on this planet. For each blueprint, I spawn it in this creative game, take a quick tour of each, remove devices and blocks that wouldn't be found on this planet, damage the building randomly, replace blocks with destroyed or truss blocks, paint on some dirt, save, and celebrate. Today, I have 4 more blueprints to convert. Starting with the Eclipse-Survival base by Dadrick. Next, we have the Surviving Palace by Tequila Sunset. And then the Refueling Station by Fuji. And finally, the Omi-Landing-Facility by Calyntral. Links to these blueprints can be found in the description below. Thank you to all of the authors for their artistic works and their contributions to the community. A special thank you goes out to Refueling for the Project Eden scenario. Are you ready? Here we go. We are done with the Eclipse-Survival base conversion. So for this one, a couple notes. I blew a hole in the side here, down there, through the roof, on this ramp, and on this corner. And painted some dirt and debris, used some damaged blocks, and some truss. So it's been converted. I did remove one of the constructors via explosion. I kept the generators intact, kept these intact, replaced the core with an NPC core. I set the door to 0000, turned off the generators, saved it, and I believe this one will spawn at ground level because there's nothing underground. So let me see here. Yep, Eden PAJ EC Survival Base with the group name Ruins Bonus OXT1 spawns in the game as Eclipse-Survival Base at ground level, flattening the ground and keeping the topsoil. So I'm just going to look at it, hit Alt-O, click Save Damaged States, and overwrite that, and that is done, ready to go. Alright, next, Surviving Palace. Alright, Surviving Palace is mostly done. I'll explain why in a minute. I did some overall damage around the whole thing. Notice that there's bookshelves on the outside for a good deco look. I like that. Did a cut into the roof and down into the hangar bay here. And same thing on the top. This one, there's some equipment underneath the ground. So I wasn't able to damage down here. But I was able to replace the core and do some work down there, so I'll have to spawn it in again above the ground and do some more work down here, just basic damage work. What else? Kept most of the components inside intact, but I did have to remove all of the plants since there's no plants on this planet, fake or real. Let's see here, and then there was a hole in the side where the grow plots are. There were three turrets. I had to remove the turrets, and I just did some damage on the top of these posts or towers, so the player can reconstruct those if needed. There's plenty of solar on this one. So this one, I do need to do some more work because it's going to spawn at this level at the bottom of the stairs right here. But I need to put filler blocks around the base and then resave it and test it again just to make sure that it spawns at the correct level and that the train looks good around it. So I'll do that off camera during my quality assurance afterwards. All right, next one's a refueling station. And we're done with the refueling station. So this one took me a while to do the conversion. I had to run some replace blocks commands. I had to use an SV for some more damage. This is a tier 4 level base, so there was a lot of components that I had to strip out of here to make it fit on the Dread planet as an abandoned, half destroyed base, if you will. So lots of random damage in here, and truss block replacements, and chunks taken out with debris and destroyed, and blocks everywhere. So I removed most of the components in here. This is still a great find for the player to stumble upon, because there's an advanced constructor and a small constructor and a furnace. So this is still a fantastic base, even if it's been stripped down with most of its components. So yeah, lots of random destruction on here. Excuse me. There were a lot of solar batteries in here, so I left a couple solar batteries and panels, removed the generators. I put the NPC core in, and I set the doors. Are there any doors left? There's one door left, and it's set to public. Okay. So no generators and just the solar on here. And yeah, I saved that. And I set the ground offset to -2 because it needs to go down just a hair because of these bumps. So it lines up with this ramp. Bumps, I should say, in that I believe this is also a multi-purpose space where it can be spawned in space, I'm assuming, based on these turret placements. So fantastic base. Love this base. Great work. Props to the artist. All right, last one for today. Let's go. And we are done with the Omi-Landing-Facility conversion. This was another fun one. I'd used the SV to do a bunch of random damage to it. Kept the runway mostly intact. I like the runway. But yeah, did a bunch of holes in here and painted on the usual dirt and debris. Some of the fence or balcony pieces are scattered about. Kept this office building pretty much intact, minus the hole. And same over here, just hole it where the TVs used to be. There was an old food processor in here. I'd never seen that before. I think this blueprint is pretty old, so I had to remove that. Yeah, another hole here, and a hole here down to the core. Replace the core with an NPC core. There was a generator and some fuel and O2 here. Remove that, and there's a backup station over here, so it's got fuel. Everything's turned off. All of the doors are set to 0000 public. This is saved, and the offset, I did a -8. See, every block is 2, -2, -4, -6, -8. I think it should spawn at that level, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it spawns down here, but I will test it on a Q&A, a quality assurance run, so we'll see about that. All right. Finished 4 today, and have 49 blueprints converted. My goal is 50. I have 1 more left. Next episode is the 50th blueprint. What will it be? Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Have a great day.